wait, if you don't have a dad
and you don't have a mom
and we look exactly the same, I'm actually honored to be with real-life twin Emily Kevra here today on our podcast, The Swamp. It's an acronym.
Stands for some whack-ass movie podcasting. I did watch this with my twin.
Today?
Also, yeah, today.
Love that. I feel like you have to, like, legally binding.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly it. A strange man came to our house, and then he, like, sat us down, put, like, a gun on both of us, and said... Now watch!
It was the butler.
Yeah, it was the butler.
What was his
name? Gay
name?
butler.
The gay butler who got with the
gay nanny. Yeah. I have a lot to say about that.
You're a twin, but you're not an identical twin.
No. We're like exactly opposites kind of twins, you know what I mean?
You look like sisters, but I think you could even play off
but
like
I also
cousins.
look like a big fat dyke, and she looks...
You present...
And she's like Barbie's dream house.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely both present very differently, but I think even if you did like get up in the same like hair, makeup, clothes, you definitely would not pass as twins even. You'd pass as like sisters who are really into dressing alike.
Yeah. That's usually how it was, and like we definitely look similarly, but like I look at me like pictures of like me and my brother when we were younger, and I was like, okay, I look more like him than like I looked like her.
Because Alyssa was fully blonde and you had brown hair. So immediately just like that is a distinction.
Exactly. And it's like it's one of those things like people don't recognize it until we tell them and they're like, oh, now I see it. Now I see all the, you know, similarities and everything like that. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
I feel like we had a ton of friends. Like, I feel like I generally surround myself with twins. I'm privy to a twin.
Okay.
My mom's a twin. You're a twin.
Mm-hmm. Your good friend,
one of my best friends, Kevin, is a twin. But I feel like we went to a pretty big high school.
There was a lot of twins,
I feel like there was an abnormal amount of twins.
It was tons.
Like, I think our graduating class was close to 400. And I think I can name...
There was like at least
5 or 6 sets of twins. Yeah, wild. Mm-hmm. But anyways, you didn't come here to listen to us talk about the twins we went to high school with. Because none of them were played by the same actress.
No,
Lindsay Lohan.
I didn't realize how good of a child actress she was. Like, she did slap.
She annoyed me at times, but I think it was more that I was annoyed with, like, the cheeky writing of the movie.
Yeah, the British of it.
Yeah, right?
Because you didn't have a problem with Hallie, I'm assuming.
No, it was the British one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that's a little like if you have a British accent, you're a little too precarious. Mm-hmm. And she also like wasn't selling her part as much as Hallie was selling her part.
And she was like an American doing a British accent, which is always just like you can never truly get it. I feel.
What, the American one doing the British accent?
Yeah.
Did you have a problem with the one that was truly American?
Both of them.
Okay.
I had problems just with all the British children. It's a no from me. It's a no from me, dog.
Once they started speaking an American accent, you were fine.
Yeah. Uh-huh. But did you think that Lindsay Lohan was a twin growing up?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it was like made aware to me that like she played herself.
I feel like this
movie
she
played both roles.
Came out in 1998, and I feel like by the time we like had consciousness and could like retain movies,
probably like 2004-ish.
We probably had also been exposed to other stuff that she was in. Like,
I don't remember anything she was in besides this.
I feel like Herbie Fully Loaded really stands out in my mind.
I didn't watch that one a whole lot.
And Life Sized. Was she in that with Tyra Banks? Really. I don't know. I feel like she was in a lot of like Disney teeny bopper movies. 100%. So I feel like I maybe kind of knew that she was not a twin, or like I was just like, damn, that other girl got left in the dust, huh?
Yeah.
But I do feel so bad for whatever, like, 11-year-old redheaded girl was the body double.
Oh my God.
Who just had to show up on set every day.
And not say a word.
And she was in every fucking scene, and just, like, we never see her face.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'd love to see the credit for her.
Where's she at? Really?
Come
on the pod. person whose name I did not bother to look up.
But dude, I just know there were so many child labor laws that were broken for the filming of this movie.
Oh, for sure.
Like, she was 12 years old when she did this, I think. Like,
she's playing 2 roles, which means she's definitely putting in, like, 15-hour days.
Yeah, it's 15-hour days, or the filming of this took a year, and there's no fucking chance.
I think I read that it was 8 months. So it was, they did stretch it out.
Maybe they did, yeah.
But
I don't know.
That's why she kind of fell off the rails, I bet.
Yeah.
All that trauma.
Well, yeah, I don't fucking blame her. But anyways, if you couldn't tell, we're covering The Parent Trap today.
Yes, the 1998 remake.
Yes, the remake.
Starring Lindsay Lohan into Lindsay Lohan. And she plays both Hallie and Annie, who are twins who were separated at birth by their parents.
They're 2 really hot parents.
They're 2 really hot parents who met on a boat, fucked, decided to get married about it, had twins, and then decided, we don't like each other anymore. The product of this divorce should be that we just each take one, and you can move back to England. Yeah. And that is a super mature and logical thing that 2 adult people would definitely do.
Yeah. Entirely.
What?
I couldn't see an issue with that.
There have got to be also like laws, like divorce court.
I don't know. Maybe they settled it like really like amicably in like divorce court. Yeah. We
should get podcast lawyer Aaron on the phone, see if there's any. Also, I guess actually. it was the 90s. No one cared.
No, exactly.
No one cared about children.
I'm just shocked the dad got one.
Yeah, well, right? Well, that was the deal. She's like, I never want to see you again so much that I'm willing to never see one of my daughters ever
I will
again.
Literally give this one up. Which one? Here, you can pick first.
They're twins. It literally doesn't matter. But then these 2 girls happen to end up at the only summer camp in America.
Yeah, just the one.
In Maine.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, it was at Moose Lake in Maine, which is a real place. That's a real place.
Nice.
Like you can go to. They filmed it in California, obviously.
Of course, yeah.
But they are at this camp, and they have a really cheeky, like, meet cute, where they bump into each other and are like, oh my god, and the other one's like, I'm British. And then it takes them, like, roughly 2 weeks to realize that they're siblings.
Yeah, they only look exactly alike.
They're both fucking idiots. And it was like a 10-minute extended scene of them being like,
I only have this photo of my mum. Wait,
and I've never met my mom. And then basically after
they all put the pieces together,
hemming and hawing, they're like,
and only the ways that an 11-year-old could.
An 11-year-old speaking to her body double who's just out of frame, so we can only see like the side of her bang.
Yeah. But so they eventually get down to it. They're like, wait, we have the same birthday and everything? That must mean...
and then they decide that they should swap so that they can meet the opposite parents. So they're like, I'll cut your hair to match mine. We'll pierce your ears. I'll teach you all the secret handshakes I have with my butler. Like, and then we'll swap. And,
and I'll teach you how to do my British accent perfectly.
Yeah. Unclockably. Yeah. Except I do think that they did an okay job of trying to pepper in like that the American one wasn't, she would say like a lot, but like in British, and I was like, oh yeah, she definitely is like this 11-year-old Lindsay Lohan fucking got it.
She's like 11-year-old Lindsay Lohan is like what Jodie Comer was doing in like Killing Eve, where it was her going and doing like a British accent as a character that was doing a British accent that was Russian.
Yeah, right.
But it was actually just a person from Liverpool. But you know what I mean? It's like 3 layers.
But Lindsay Lohan was 11.
Exactly.
Like, she was reaching those heights.
Exactly.
As an actress, she's like, all right, I gotta get into the headspace. I'm from California, but I'm pretending to be my estranged twin sister. But I'm also playing the estranged twin sister.
Well, I mean, the estranged twin sister as well. There was a handful of times when she was with Dennis Quaid that she'd pepper in a little...
a spot of... a wee bit of British.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, yo, her acting coach must have been on, like, level 9.
Right? Just like, ripping lines. Do it again!
But yeah, essentially they swap places. Neither parent has nary a clue.
And they kind of...
The one that's the smartest to it is the dog.
Yeah.
And he's like, that ain't my friend.
And the nanny, so it's basically like the side characters of both situations kind of tap into it first. It's the nanny, Chezzy. So she's the scene stealer.
There's a lot of... Okay, we'll get into it later, but there's a lot of things that made people gay about this movie, and there's about 3 lanes you can go into, so...
And, like, 2 of them are Chezzy.
Yeah.
But so, she figures it out, she clocks it, she's like, you're using too big of words. Mm-hmm. Like, that is not... Yeah. She clocks it, and then on the opposite side, the British...
the butler
it's the grandpa.
Oh, yeah, the grandfather.
The grandpa clocks it. I think maybe also the butler kind of clocks it. They're, like, all kind of in cahoots about it. Yeah. But so then they reveal it to the mom, but not the dad. Yeah. And they both...
Dennis Quaid is, like, too busy laying pipe for, right. for Allie, or with Annie to even get a word in.
Too busy being engaged to a 26-year-old... What did we say she does? PR?
Yeah. Publicist, yeah.
A publicist? That's not a real job.
If you own like a Napa Valley vineyard, yeah, this is not out of the question.
If you own horses,
yeah, of course, this is exactly what's going to happen. This was written in the stars.
And so, yeah, right.
Yeah.
And so
what's unbelievable about this, Lindsay Lohan?
And so Meredith Blake is the 26-year-old, and she is kind of like positioned to be like this gold digger, but she also comes off incredibly wealthy. Like her parents seem super rich.
She dresses well.
She carries like a Prada bag.
Yeah, spick and span. Like,
and they're not married yet, so the assumption...
And there's nothing to indicate that she is a gold digger.
Yeah, the assumption is that she's pretty, like, well off on her own, so why is she so desperate for this Dennis Quaid dick?
It's just the cock.
I guess so. But she hates the kids. She hates even when she thinks there's just one.
Here's the thing, is she was, like, coming off, like, nice enough to them, like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't say she, by any means, she was, like, incredibly welcoming, but there wasn't an issue at first until, what one is it? It's Annie? It's Annie as Hallie decides, I'm gonna go fucking sicko mode on this bitch. I'm gonna make her life unbearable, which is small things, like nothing too crazy. But Meredith Blake has a very low threshold for bullshit.
Yeah.
Which I don't blame her.
She's like, your girlfriend number 97. Like, pack it up, sister. Meanwhile, she, like, fully is engaged to this man. Yeah. She's like, oh, God. Uh-huh. But she does say to one of her other, like, PR people who seem to be, like, remodeling the winery or something, she does say to one of them, like, the minute I say I do, I'm gonna pack it and send him off to a boarding school or whatever.
But also that's after Allie was being a cunt.
That's true.
I don't know. I've never had divorced parents. Neither had like a parent remarry or anything like that, so I couldn't say anything about being a child in this position. But
I just think if you're 11, you're allowed to be a dick to your dad's girlfriend.
Exactly.
That's just like you earned that territory.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. I mean, maybe not to this extent. Maybe not like literal like trauma.
Yeah, maybe not like almost killing her.
Not like borderline murderous intent.
Yeah.
But like you definitely can. It's the hardest anyone has ever been roasted in the history of film writing when she says to her dad, oh yeah, I would love Meredith to be a part of our family. You're gonna adopt her, literally. Right? Oh my God, Dennis Quaid. Bro, do you know that he has a 26-year-old wife in real life right now?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he is like 70.
Yeah, I knew that.
And his wife is 26.
Mm-hmm. Didn't he marry Meg Ryan? Meg Ryan is the mother to Jack Quaid?
Yes, he's had 4 wives.
That checks out.
And in 2020, he married his most recent wife, who is 26.
Nice.
And the actress who plays Meredith Blake tweeted at him and was like good luck with the twins or something. There was some like shady thing that happened on Twitter where she was like insinuating like, yeah, really hilarious that you're living out the plot of this corny Disney movie we did together in the 90s.
That's literally so funny. Yeah, so basically...
but the mom is kind of like into seeing him again.
She's like, let me see my baby daddy.
She's like, he makes me crazy. And that's the only explanation we really get as to why they've split up.
Yeah.
Is that she's just like, yeah, he just like made me crazy. And so that's why we had to split up our twin daughters.
Again, cock must go so crazy.
But so she's kind of like anxious to see him again, but he is in the dark.
He has no idea. Yeah.
So they basically get to this hotel because they're like, well, we have to switch the daughters back. And they bump into each other inevitably.
Yeah, the mother is drunk.
But it's like sparks are flying. The spark has never left.
Exactly.
And Meredith Blake is like stomping around being like, I'm planning my wedding. And then everyone else, like even all the other adults in this scenario are like urging them to get back together to the point where it is definitely just like fueling some unrealistic pipe dream that you're giving to a bunch of children of divorce right now. Yeah. Like in the way that Miss Doubtfire that we covered a couple weeks ago was like really realistically like divorce can be good sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes your parents do not love each other anymore, and even though your dad tried to dress up as a woman and be your nanny and come back and they had a big fight about it and your mom did rightfully get full custody, you know, sometimes divorce is okay, and you shouldn't want them to get back together because that's how it is. Yeah. That's a way better message, especially like for a kids movie, because The Parent Trap probably convinced so many fucking like I'm gonna say like under 12-year-olds that they're like, oh my god, if we get mom and dad back on a boat together, it'll all be fixed. Yeah. And all the other adults are like, yeah. They're like helping them like scheme and plot about it. That is not okay.
No.
Lawsuits for Disney. For all of the dad's new girlfriends.
Do you know how delusional you just made so many children?
Delulu.
Someone probably died. Some dad's girlfriend probably died after this.
But so the movie does end with them getting back together because the twins just push it so hard.
Yeah. And they just bully Meredith Blake
into basically being like, you have to choose between your daughters and me. And he's like, obviously.
No, it's my daughters.
Yeah.
Because he's like a piece of shit, but he's not that much of a piece of shit.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Which also, that whole storyline doesn't really check out to me so much because like, obviously, like, she's young and super hot, and he's, like, old and rich and also super hot. Yeah. So it does kind of make sense, but they just, like, have no chemistry. No. Other than the fact that they're both just so hot. They don't even seem like they like each other.
She's just leaving a snail trail over him, and that's that.
But the chemistry was a little too electric between the two actual parents.
Which is, like...
That kissing scene where we see, like, salivation exchange... No,
that's a lot.
It was
for a Disney movie.
It was a lot of things shocked me that this was a Disney movie. The presence of alcohol, not just like that he lived on a vineyard, but that like that the mom got super drunk on the plane. And they like explicitly reference that it's like, oh, she had too much vodka on the plane, and she's like,
you see her ripping a Tito's nip walking out of the car,
right? And people are ordering martinis. He's like, oh, I've had a hard day making a double, things like that I feel like we just don't get.
And there was the mention of sex a couple of times and everything like that. And also they had 12-year-old Lindsay Lohan like quote unquote jumping in the lake naked.
Oh my god. But also cigarettes. The mom was also ripping cigs. I was like, a Disney movie today would never. But I mean, I guess this was quite a while
97,
ago.
Right?
98,
yeah. Makes sense. But
speaking of camp, did you ever go to summer camp?
Not really. I did we had like summer camps at our high school kind of thing. I didn't go to like sleepaway camp. We did this thing called, oh, I forget what it's called. We did it like during the school year almost. The 6th graders in our town went to. Wait, you were there?
No, I wasn't.
You went to a different one.
I only got to go for 2 days because
what was it called?
Camp Borndale.
That's what it's called. Yeah.
And you went with everyone else for like a whole week, right?
Yeah, we were all there for like a week. Yeah,
it was very like cabin vibes and like
it was certainly like this coded. So yeah, I guess I kind of did, and it was all like the arts and crafts and shit, and there was like, it's like street hockey and everything like that. Whatever. There was a talent show. Yeah,
but this was like through the school. This was like supposed to be educational.
Yeah, quote unquote.
Wait, they definitely like let us do like sampling of the lake water to like look at it under microscopes.
Yeah, we like dissected like small sharks. It was actually kind of disgusting. I was like, why the fuck are you having me look at this right now? They're like pulling out like the unborn babies of this shark.
Oh my god.
I was like, what the fuck?
That happened
Yeah.
If that happened, they're like, we did not think it was going to be pregnant, and there are
Literally.
6th graders present.
Literally.
We're gonna all handle this really well.
I was like, am I looking at a shark's abortion right now?
Shark abortion?
What's going on?
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I guess I did go to like sleepaway camp for a minute.
The thing that really rang true to me, which in the way that I'm sure they weren't trying to poke fun at anything, but just like maybe just being like actually referential to how a lot of summer camps are, is all of the like use of Native American names.
Yep.
In the first, every summer camp I went to, they were like, you're in the Navajo tribe.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
You're in Cabin Tomahawk. Yeah. Like, it's like, oh my God.
I'm like, we're on land that like should belong to someone else.
Yeah.
Like, maybe let's not have all these white kids like in quote unquote like teepees.
Oh my God.
There was like so much Native American like imagery and like cultural use specifically used for summer camps. I don't know, is this an America thing? Is this specifically like a Northeastern American thing? Because I
don't know.
Only have experience going to summer camps in Massachusetts.
Please write in. I mean, like, we also had like a really like
racist high school mascot.
Yeah, racist. I mean, yeah.
And our high school is also definitely on like land that can be tracked back to the tribe it was stolen from.
It's like named after them.
Yeah, very,
exactly.
very questionable.
Yeah, the names that they called like the football field were really bad.
Yeah, a lot of like conversational reference points about our high school. They did change the mascot when we were in high school.
It didn't matter. The damage was done.
Yeah, it was so bad because we were the Warriors, which is like not, every high school team, professional team, like any sports thing, high school thing, all the way up the chain should just not be named after any specific ethnic group.
No, just call yourself the Rockets,
right?
Like,
yeah, and people like getting all uppity about it.
I don't even want to tell you what Chicopee, Massachusetts is called.
I don't want to know. Like, maybe it's 2023.
Yeah,
maybe we can.
Maybe it's time.
Also, just think of something better.
Yeah.
But it very much was...
Be the flying squirrels or something.
It was so, like, the TV show Community, how their school mascot is the human being. Our school mascot got turned from...
Oh my God, yeah.
It got turned from, obviously, an offensive Native American figure.
Yeah, which thankfully we didn't have, like, an actual person that would dress up.
That's the reason why they did it, is they wanted there to be a mascot at games. But they're like, obviously we can't ask one of these little white kids to put on, like, a headdress, let's shift the mascot. But they just got a mascot of a guy.
It's just a man.
And it wasn't, like, a person. It was, like, a costume of just a guy.
Yeah,
And that was it. And did he even have a name?
No.
It was
name.
It was just
literally just the human being.
It was just a mascot costume of a guy who looked like a slimmer version of our principal. Like, it was just so weird.
So bad. But yeah, no, that is this movie is certainly giving the camp cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
Also,
sure.
was it an all-girls camp?
It seemed that was the implication, and that like one boy ended up there by mistake. Okay. Lindsay Lohan's in real life little brother.
Oh,
yeah. They were like, you can be an extra.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, we'll do a joke. You're the only boy at the camp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They made Hallie so gay.
She says something.
That's my kind of woman.
That's my kind of woman. And then in another scene, the same girl like calls her babe. She's like, babe.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, so
She's like, does anyone know how to play poker? That's what happens when your dad gets full custody of you. You just turn into a lesbian. Yeah, and when you're raised by Chessie, who was also a lesbian.
Yeah.
Just repressed as fuck. But yeah, I hadn't watched this movie since probably 2007.
Since a sleepover in 2007.
Which there's not a lot of movies that I am like content watching that I haven't seen like for years and years and years, like in this vein. But I liked this. I enjoyed it. It was like pacing, solid, great. Mm-hmm. Wasn't mad about it at all. Story, fine. They didn't linger whatsoever. And it was like a 2-hour plus movie.
Yeah, 2 hours and 8 minutes.
And it did not feel like that.
I was convinced it was going to be a solid 90. And then I texted you and I was like, actually come over a half hour later than you were intending to. Because I was like, what the fuck are they going to do? But yeah, I guess I wasn't really super bothered by it. Truly, I think the only thing that felt super drawn out was the like, but wait, your dad is my dad? Like, oh my god. Like,
which is like, of course it's gonna be.
Yeah, like the rephrasing so many times. I bet that they like meant to edit some of that. They're like, we'll use the best take. And then they're like, no, just keep
just run it.
Oh, hey, Jen, you're here to host your interim podcast segment, Chocolate or Vanilla. You show up, you say two things, we all say which one we like better. How are you today?
I am really good. How are you guys?
We are hoping to get sponsored by a seltzer brand, hoping that if we just keep it slightly, like, out of focus, that they'll consider that to be, like, that's us making the first move. So, Trader Joe's, you've got 24 hours to respond. Any other competing seltzer brands, you have 48 hours to respond.
What was the alcoholic seltzer we had while we were golfing? High Noon?
High Noons.
Those were good.
Jen had never had a Noon before.
Really?
We were golfing, and I was like, oh, I know just the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, they're exceptional, aren't they?
Yeah, it was really good. I'm not particularly a seltzer girl, but it was really good.
Well, it's because every other alcoholic seltzer tastes like dog shit.
Because they're malt. They're like malt beverages.
I hate a malt beverage, dude. Yeah. It's disgusting.
It's literally just seltzer water and vodka, which is like, duh. That logically...
Have you guys ever tried Zima?
Zima?
No, and I don't think
Zima
I ever
was
will.
like malt, like that was the flavor of Zima. And they tried to make it happen in the 90s. It was disgusting.
Ew.
Ugh.
No, I'm scared for... I don't know if any of you have seen this, but Dunkin' Donuts is coming out with, like, a hard coffee and hard iced tea.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to sell like at Dunks or, like, at the package store?
At the package store.
Yeah.
I'm...
Drive through at 8 a.m. to get my dunks. I want my hash browns, my bagel.
And my spiked coffee.
My spiked caramel twist.
It's going to be that kind of day.
I just know that those are going to make everyone shit their pants.
Yeah. I sent you a video and it's like that, like...
From white chicks.
Yeah, from white chicks just shitting in the club after you pre-gamed with those.
There's a Dunkin' Donuts coffee stout beer. Definitely you can buy.
Yeah, I do know that one. Yeah. I'm just terrified that those are also going to be malt. And they're not going to just do, like, a Bailey's moment.
Like a cream liqueur.
Yeah, or, like, even, like, just, like, put vodka in it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, a little vodka and, like, a cream liqueur. Like, fine.
That makes sense.
But are they going to just make it malt?
We'll see. We're gonna have to.
We'll see because we are gonna try it.
Yeah, we'll have to do a taste it. Maybe we'll put that on the Patreon.
Yeah, a 24-hour vlog of how my body does after pounding a 6-pack of Dunkin' Donuts alcoholic beverages.
But despicable.
Anyways, Jen, is there a theme this week?
There is a theme. So there's gonna be actors who played the same role in the remake of a movie.
Nice.
Cool.
So chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Vanilla.
Chocolate. Chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry?
Chocolate.
Vanilla.
Strawberry. Chris Hemsworth or Patrick Swayze? Both from Red Dawn.
Oh, Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
Of course. No contest.
Easy.
Yeah, definitely tell us what they both played the same character in.
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Okay, I'll definitely tell you.
Yeah.
This one's self-explanatory. Gene Wilder, Johnny Depp, or Timmy?
If we're talking about that character, Gene Wilder did it best.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to go for Gene Wilder on this.
Yeah,
I think he did it best, but I like how crazy Johnny Depp's is.
And they both have their merits, but this new Timmy Wonka has officially given me the ick. I don't think he's hot anymore, and that is really? That's like taken something from me.
You don't want to break his bones?
I just look at him and I see...
You want to break his...
up? And something stupid. I cannot do line delivery because I am not that talented. Like, that's just all I see now.
Ugh,
oh, no.
Tragic. That sucks.
I'll go for the OG Gene Wilder, too.
Nice.
Next one, Lily James or Hilary Duff, both as a version of Cinderella.
Oh, gotta be Hilary Duff.
Miss Duff, of course.
You know, a Cinderella story?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm. If you ever want to go back, like, way back into the Swamp Vault, we covered that with our resident lawyer, Aaron.
With Aaron. Yeah.
This was probably, like, our 4th episode ever or something
like something like that. So.
Next one is the shark. I'll go Hilary Duff also. Next, although I love Lily James, like as a rule. Next one is the shark from Jaws or the shark from The Meg.
Do we know that it's the same? Or it's just a shark?
I don't know. I just wanted to say like, The Meg.
I feel like I know for a fact that the shark from Jaws was animatronic, yes, and that the shark from The Meg is made by computers. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I've just got to like stick to who is, more real, and that's the animatronic shark from. Didn't it kill someone?
The shark?
Didn't the animatronic shark wasn't there an accident?
Wow, you know what? That's possible. You gonna Google it?
Yeah, but you guys can answer.
I'll go for the shark as well. There's a new play on Broadway by one of the sons of one of the actors, the main three actors in Jaws, that's like about the shark breaking or whatever, and the relationship between the three men that ensued on the set kind of thing. Which I think is just neat that it literally derived from the shark just breaking down. So I'll go for the shark.
Yeah, I'll go for the OG too. That was like groundbreaking back in the day. Yeah, the three actors, I want to say Roy Scheider, Richard Dreyfuss, and something Quinn. No, Captain.
That sounds familiar.
I cannot find if anyone was a victim to an accident, but I did learn that the animatronic shark's name was Bruce.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's probably why the shark from Nemo is named Bruce.
That makes sense.
All right, next one is Burt Reynolds or Adam Sandler, who both played the quarterback in The Longest Yard.
I didn't even know definitely Bruce Reynolds, but...
Burt Reynolds?
Burt Reynolds.
Definitely my favorite actor, Bruce Reynolds.
I haven't seen the OG one. So I've seen the Adam Sandler one. So I this is a rare time that I will actually pick Adam Sandler.
I'll go for Adam Sandler also. Next one is Anthony Perkins or Christian Bale as the guy in Psycho.
American Psycho is a different movie than Psycho.
I know. Loose theme.
Definitely Christian Bale.
I'll go for Christian Bale.
All right, I will go for Christian Bale too.
That's funny.
Next one is Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin or George Clooney and Brad Pitt as the guys in Ocean's 11.
I've never seen either. Like, I've only seen the Girl Boss version with Rihanna.
Was that one good?
But I guess I'll pick the OGs. I don't really think I knew that Frank Sinatra, was in movies and stuff.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
So I'll pick him and Dean Martin.
I'll go for Brad, or who was it?
Brad and George.
Yeah, I'll go for Brad and George.
Yeah, I'll go for Brad and George, too. Next one is Rachel Lee Cook or Tanner Buchanan, who played kind of the same character in She's All That. And He's All That. They gender swapped for the remake.
Matthew McConaughey? Who's the guy in She's All That?
Freddie Prinze Jr.
Oh, I'm going to pick Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah.
He
wasn't a choice.
No, I'll pick who's the girl, whatever the girl is.
Rachel Lee Cook.
That's like the situation where it's like she wears glasses, so no one's ever noticed that she's a Hollywood actress before.
Right.
And then she takes off her glasses, and it's like, what? Whoa!
And for the 2021 version, he wears a beanie, and he pulls it down, so you can't really see that he has good hair.
A chiseled jawline.
I'll go with the OG. Did you say what you would pick?
OG, yeah.
Also, I think the kid from Billions, Kieran Culkin, is in She's All That, I feel.
Is he?
I feel like he plays the little brother.
Did you say from Billions?
What's he from? Succession?
Succession?
Billions, Succession,
Disrespect, Jen.
Moneyball, something like
that. Show could just be called Billions, though.
Truly.
I think there is a show called Billions, though.
There is.
Yeah. Not the same thing, sorry.
Similar, but yeah.
Next one is Kevin Hart or Rob Lowe, who both were in versions of About Last Night.
Don't even know what that is, but I'm kind of against Kevin Hart. Yeah. I find him irritating.
Yeah.
So I'll pick Rob Lowe.
Yeah, I like Rob Lowe.
Yeah, same. I'll go Rob Lowe. Last one. I felt like this one was really fast. Helen Slater or Melissa Benoist as Supergirl?
Linda Carter?
She was Wonder Woman. Oh, I could have done Linda Carter and Gal Gadot.
Yeah, we are a staunchly anti-Gal Gadot podcast.
I don't remember not pronounce her last name.
She doesn't deserve it.
Yeah.
I do not recall any of the names of the people you just said. I've never seen a Supergirl piece of media.
Melissa Benoist was Marley Rose from Glee.
Marley Rose from Glee. Yeah. Okay, we stan.
Yeah.
We stan Miss Marley Rose. She was on the Glee project too, right?
No, she was not.
She was not. No, but her love interest was.
Yeah, Blake Jenner.
Who was a bad person.
He is a bad guy.
Yeah. I'll choose Marley Rose to support her.
Yes, I will choose Marley Rose all the time. And then Helen Slater plays her mom. So the original Supergirl plays her mom in the.
That's pretty dope.
That's like in The Parent Trap. What's her name? Meredith Blake's mom in this movie played the original gold digging girlfriend from the 1961 movie.
Oh, that's dope.
Fun.
That's really neat.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
Interesting.
Well, factoid for you.
Awesome.
And Jen, as always, thank you so much for making us pick choices. We love choices. And we'll see you next week.
Okay, I love you guys. Have an awesome night.
Love you too. Bye. But Hallie is supposed to be the, she's down to earth and she's kind of a cool girl. Mm-hmm. She's definitely bisexual at least. Even though, she's 11. But,
yeah, of course.
She knows how to play cards and she, has, wears cool clothes or whatever. And the implication is that then that the British girl is, snobby and, kind of to-do. But the first thing Hallie asks the other campers is, how much money did your parents give you to, spend here?
Literally.
I'm you're also acting like a rich little cunt.
Dude.
Both of you.
Okay. Because here's the thing. They get into, this, sort of, prank war and everything like that at camp. The shit that they pull, sinister.
Thousands of dollars of camp resources wasted.
Hallie, fucked around, dude. Not only did she traumatize her twin sister, she traumatized every other camper in her cabin.
That poor counselor.
What? That poor counselor. Who got tarred and feathered.
Who got carried.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. And then, of course, later on you see them fucking with Meredith Blake. Also, they literally drag her, sleeping pilled ass body into the lake. She could have drowned. She could have died. I think that was the intention. Yeah. Fuck, dude.
Also,
gotta catch a charge at 12 years old.
Her freaking out about the lizard, and then Dennis Quaid being ugh, it's just a lizard. I'm I would also not be pleased if I was drinking from my water. With the lizard going into her mouth was something that so viscerally stuck with me from when I was a kid. Yeah. It was the lizard in the face and in the mouth scene, and then the ear piercing scene. So specifically of her lighting the needle on fire and using the apple, and I was always why are they using an apple?
Yeah,
what is that doing? Mm-hmm. But I think it was maybe to stop the needle.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. I believe,
but
so that it pokes the back. I think something maybe it doesn't poke
that shit would have gotten so infected.
Oh no, shit, dude. I get anxious when
blood infection.
I got nervous at 18 when my friends were still piercing their body parts on their own.
Mm-mm. No man.
Not let alone an 11-year-old.
Yeah.
You got your ear professionally pierced and the shit almost had to come off.
Yeah. My mom was showing me this is Jen is gonna be
let's sidetrack really quick. Tell them about it.
So I probably told this story on this podcast before, but I got my ear pierced for my 16th birthday. I got my cartilage pierced.
This is the only thing you ever got done, too.
Yeah, and it will be for the rest of my life.
Yeah, you won't even do tattoos.
Nope, none of it. No more piercings. I could definitely be a nose ring girly. Absolutely not. Yeah. I'm fucking terrified.
Yeah, no body mods for Dara.
Absolutely not. I got a tiny little cartilage piercing at a tattoo studio, very clean, surgical grade equipment, like very, like, you know, my first 2 holes are from Claire's, but they did it and it was fine. And then my birthday is in December, so then it was I got it done on my birthday, and then a few days later is Christmas, and I wake up on fucking Christmas and my ear is probably the size of a clementine. Yeah. Like, if not a small orange, a small navel orange. Yeah. It was enormous, and the earring got lost in the sauce of my swollen ear. And I guess trigger warning for gross medical stuff. It's a little late for that now, I guess. But
you're here now.
But the earring got lost inside my swollen ear. And then when I went to the hospital and I was like, hey, can you help with this? And they were like, oh, it actually isn't like, you know, it's not from anything that happened with the piercing. Your body just rejected the metal. Your body was like, oh, that is a foreign body. We need to, you know, expel it. Out, But because it was, like, literally screwed into place, it just swole up all around it. And they were like, okay, well, it's so deep in there, we have to, like, surgically, you know, get it out. And meanwhile, Jen is, like, pulling up pictures of what cauliflower ear looks like on her phone, being like, I don't want to scare you, but this might happen. I'm 16, and I'm like, oh, my God, I'm gonna have a boxing injury. Like,
what's cauliflower ear?
It looks like cauliflower, just that you're, you know, if you get like an infection, all the skin kind of crumples up, and you can Google it. It's not cute.
Is it disgusting?
It's not. I mean, it just looks like a scarring kind of thing. But they were like, yeah. So they put me under, and they're like, we have this hot.
Was this Christmas Day?
This was the day after Christmas. I waited to go to the ER. But then they were like, we have this hot new technique that we like haven't really used a lot to put people under. It's ketamine. And they were like, we're going to give you
on ketamine?
They're like, we're going to give you a medically supervised dosage of ketamine to, you know, put you out, and so we can take out this earring.
Fuck.
Because they had tried to pull it out while I was awake, and I was like kicking people in the nuts. It was like it was bad.
Yeah.
But so then they took it out. I had some funny dreams. I did not recognize my mom when I woke up. I was like, where the fuck am I? And I will now never, you could not pay me enough money to get another piercing or tattoo or something.
Yeah.
I am so convinced that if I got a tattoo, I will be dead the next day. I know it.
Yeah, that's like just your luck. That's like, that's also like, if I'm rewriting this movie, I'm rewriting this, Lindsay Lohan jumps into the lake and everything, like, because she like loses poker and she has to like jump into the lake. She gets a flesh-eating bacteria.
Oh my God. I know it like only happens to like people with penises in the Amazon. And
that fish that
the little fish that crawls up your urethra. I only know of that because of the one episode of Grey's Anatomy where they were like, you have a fish in your dick.
Well, that's also a fair warning to anyone that's like in the Connecticut, Rhode Island like area right now. There is a flesh-eating bacteria in like Long Island Sound right now. So if you're like, do not eat oysters locally. Do not go swimming in Long Island Sound.
If you are swimming in Long Island Sound, period, you kind of deserve
facts.
Like, that's a risk you probably
I get it. It's hard being in New Haven and, like, doing the drive to, like, any other beach, but come on, don't swim there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but it's, August 2023, so you've been warned.
You heard it here first. You're like about to dip your toe in and you have your AirPods and you're listening to this podcast. You're like, oh, thank God. Oh, thank God they told me. I was literally just about to eat a locally sourced oyster in New Haven, Connecticut. Oh my God.
But yeah, no, that's what would happen if you were in the Parent Trap.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God. These kids are also so unsupervised.
Like, yeah.
They had the time to set up these plans and schemes. I went to a sleepaway camp. I was a little bit older though, so we were constantly supervised because they were desperately afraid that we were all just gonna like start fucking.
Yeah. In the 6th grade?
No, I was...
When did you go to sleepaway camp?
I was 13 and 14. The 2 years I went.
This sounds... I feel like I knew you at this point.
It's 8th grade going into 9th grade, 9th grade going into 10th grade, those 2 summers.
I remember that.
And it was college camp. It was academic college camp where you got to like take like college classes as a young person. And
fucking nerd.
It was, but it was like a bunch of nerds, but it was like horny nerds.
Well, yeah, because you're like 15, 16 years old. Yeah. Like you just like discovered your body.
But they also like the camp counselors who like just were college kids would like, you know, be like creeping around corners being like, you better not be fucking holding hands. Like they were like, you cannot touch each other.
Oh my God.
They were like, don't even hold hands in a friend way because
we have no idea what's going on there. Mind you, the college like counselors were definitely fucking.
Oh, and we all knew it too.
Really?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You were like dissecting who's.
We were like shipping them. We were like, oh, like we think she used to be with that one, but now she's with this one. It was very.
That was last summer's fling, and this is this summer's fling. That's so funny. Yeah, no, makes sense.
We also played aggressive amounts of cards at camp. I feel like that is like a truthful. Even though I do not know that I believe that these 11-year-old girls are playing poker.
I wouldn't be playing poker.
Maybe they're playing like
I could do like left, right, center.
Yeah. Or like
Egyptian rat screw or rat tail, whatever you call
it.
Garbage, bullshit.
Easy ones, yeah.
Love bullshit.
Easy ones that even my soft brain can retain.
Yeah, exactly.
I've learned the rules of pitch 1,000 times in my life.
I never even tried.
I played pitch like 2 weeks ago. If you put a gun to my head right now and was like, teach someone to play pitch, I couldn't do it.
What's like the easiest one? Like Texas Hold'em? Couldn't do. No idea.
Mm-mm.
Not a fucking clue. Yeah. It's hard for me when I'm playing like Egyptian rat screw with someone new, like learning the new rules that they do. Mm-hmm. Like I visited like my partner's family and they had like a ton of different rules and everything like that. And I was sitting there I was embarrassed. I was floundering. I was like, no red 10s?
Oh my God. Actually, now that I think about it, I think that the reason why we played that game so much at camp was because of the physical contact thing. It was like they can't tell us to not play a card game, but it's like your hands would graze each other while you're both aggressively slapping the cards, and you're like, maybe there's something here. Yeah, but we'll never know. Like,
oh my God! I'll have you know that I was cleaning out my closet recently, right? Like, and I had like left for. Cause I moved back into my parents' house recently just because, you know, being 24 years old in a crumbling economy is really difficult. Mm-hmm. So I was like cleaning out my closet. I hadn't like touched anything like at their house since like high school or whatever. And I found this little black dress.
Oh my God, Sisterhood of the Traveling Whore dress.
It's literally that exactly. This was Dara's whore dress that she wore to this camp,
which
correct?
Is so funny that I'm the origin of the whore dress because that was just like not me in high school, like even really like,
it was a cute dress.
It was really cute.
It was really cute.
In this camp I went to had a big dance at the end where obviously it was like this was your shot, right?
This is the only time they'll let you like, you know, slow dance with someone.
And meanwhile, I am like fully wearing turtlenecks on the daily. Like I'm dressing like Chessie, like fully in my day-to-day life. But I found this dress at the mall, and my mom was like, "This is cute. You should get it." I got it, and they made us do like a runway as a veil of like we're gonna check to see whose dress is inappropriate. I was the only person. They were like, "You can't wear that."
Are you serious?
They were like, "You cannot wear that."
What did you do?
I just put a tank top on underneath, so it covered like there's a bit of exposed.
Yeah, it was like a mid lace, tiny midriff too, tiny little midriff with like lace that you could hardly even tell. Yeah, but
I was also like at a summer camp for children, so I guess
you were like 15.
But then I never went to any school dances really, so I just gave it to. I think you wore it. Your sister wore it.
Yeah.
All of the entire cheerleading squad who I did not know.
It was
there was pre-cum stains down the back of it that I was like, I don't want it back. I was like, honestly, I know what y'all get up to.
Yeah, at the dances.
In the thick of it at those school dances. Yeah.
That dress, I don't know if it ever got like truly washed. It was literally the Sisterhood of the Traveling Whore dress.
It's like threadbare now. There's
just the ass.
There's DNA. There's DNA embedded in there, I swear.
But so I cleaned out my closet and it was still there.
Oh my God.
I think that's exactly what happened in this movie too with Dennis Quaid and I don't even know what the mother's name is. But she was married to Liam Neeson.
Yes, and she's dead now.
She's dead.
Which is really sad.
It was like a traumatic brain injury, skiing accident kind of thing.
So, also...
So sad. That's... you can't tell me.
Princess Diana.
That was Princess Diana.
I think
Which, again, fucked up, traumatic brain injury.
I was well into my teen years when I learned that is not Princess Diana. I just was like, of course, Princess Diana.
Yeah.
Starring actress of The Parent Trap. She wears that black dress too the whole time. I'm like, come on.
Right.
Come on.
That's her revenge dress. What are you talking about?
But also I love the progression of, like, time and style and stuff, because a photo of her is what every lesbian brings to their hairdresser now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's like mullet adjacent.
Yeah,
it's like a soft mullet.
Soft mullet. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like the soft, like, mask, too, where they're, like, dipping their toe in. Like, they've never had short hair before, but they're like, maybe I should try it. Maybe I should try to be just, like, a little more butch.
Some, like, curtain bangs.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. But, that's wild.
I just have to say, though, that when they put that top hat on that bride during the photo shoot, I want to commit violent crimes.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. It's 98.
All the, like, blurry standstills. Also, why are they letting the child in on the photo shoot?
I don't know. The flower girl, whatever.
She's in like a 3-piece suit.
Yeah, literally.
She's in like a Burberry button-up fucking child suit. Is that the groom?
Here's my question for you. Which parent would you want to be raised under?
I guess I'm gonna pick the mom, because I don't like horses.
Yeah. He's a little too rough and wild of a father for you.
Yes.
I couldn't see you camping.
No.
Mm-hmm. Eating trout.
I've done it, but I wouldn't choose it.
Like, you would be fucking with, like, the custom mini suits.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
And are you gonna pick the dad? Because I feel...
I mean, here's the thing, is it's not... I like nice stuff.
Yeah. But really, if you pick the dad, you're really choosing to be raised by Chessie.
Yeah.
Like, he just seems like he's...
Yeah. Here's the... Like... That's so tough, because she would be my mom, but I would also have a crush on her. And that just... Yeah. So, and I don't mind England, so, yeah.
Yeah, you've actually been. You have an opinion.
I have, yeah. No, I would like to go again. I was, like, viciously depressed when I was there.
I just like there to be seasoning on my food.
Yeah, I did get so sick when I was there. I had, like, fish and chips once, and then I was immobilized for the rest of the night. I don't know what it was.
But Lisa Ann Walker...
It was the best fish and chips I'd ever had, but...
Lisa Ann Walter, so hot. So hot. As Chessie.
Oh my god.
So gay.
Yeah.
She is the prototype. She's patient zero.
Well, it depends on who your type is, because I've seen so many people talk about the mother. Or Meredith, which obviously she's Barbie. You know what I mean?
Every one of those movies is just hot. Though. Except I guess the barber is kind of like... The butler is kind of like...
That's a gay man.
Yeah, right. He's kind of like gangly and bumbling and
he's British.
And, yeah, British. But the fact that they like end up together at the end is so infuriating.
So wrong. It's so wrong. Like, you put cigarettes and booze and sex talk in this movie, but you wouldn't put gay people in it.
Cowards.
Be serious. Yeah. But yes, but who out of the three? So we can kind of start to like slide into what we're
our regularly
scheduled programming. But I'm gonna ask you to choose. This is a difficult question: Chessie, Meredith, or the mother.
Just flat out, like I'm picking one.
No, like out of like fuck, marry, kill.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna probably marry Chessie.
Yeah,
I'm gonna fuck the mom, and I'm gonna kill Meredith Blake.
Mm-hmm. You don't even know what that pussy's up to?
I think she's too high maintenance for me. Mm-hmm. I don't think I'm gonna live
She'd make you wax before, right?
Yeah, she's
you would have to be like full bikini wax
also,
before she
I'm just not gonna put in like that kind of effort that I know Dennis Quaid is like falling to his knees for her.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just not I'm not gonna do it like that. So
it's like an hour-long like session of just giving her head.
Yeah. No, like oil.
And you have lockjaw.
like fancy oils. I'm like, I don't know where this goes. She's wearing some lingerie that the straps. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like a teenage boy. I'm like, I don't know how to undo the bra. It's too fancy for me.
Yeah. She's gonna start being mean to you, but not like in a hot way, like in a really, really
like I'm gonna need therapy after.
Yeah.
I'm like in a sports bra and she hits me like it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
What about you?
I think I gotta agree with you on that one. I know Chezzy will take care of me, and that is my chapstick lesbian. Mm-hmm. That is the woman that I need.
She makes chili.
Yeah, I bet it's outstanding.
Chili and cornbread.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't even want that. That's the only ones that I care about. That's the
important one because I'm gonna kill Dennis Quaid. No matter what.
Yeah.
Or fight him.
Yeah, exactly.
He just needs some sense knocked into him. Can I rob him? Can I loot his house? I don't even like nice wine. I drink wine from a box and I'm so content. Yeah. I just want to loot all those nice bottles of wine because I know it would make like a bunch of rich old men angry. Yeah. That like somebody who doesn't even care about them has them. Yeah. I'd like auction them off or something.
That'd be a great idea. I'd like that for you. You can serve it to Chezzy.
Yes. Yeah.
But she cooks the meal for you, and
she'll make chili, and we'll drink $1 billion wine.
Yeah, you do the wine pairings. Yeah, she cooks, and you're like, okay, this is gonna go great with this. And speaking of food, I'm assuming your girls are coming over.
Of course,
it's very much like childhood sleepover kind of vibe, you know. What are you eating and drinking?
So this is like really just a softball of an answer, but the big like moment where they decide they're going to be friends is when one of them takes out peanut butter and Oreos and is like, oh, I eat peanut butter in my Oreos. And
that's so weird.
And the other one's like, oh my god, I do that too. Which I'm like, do they even have Oreos in the UK? I bet they probably. Yeah, they probably do. I just know a lot of we've podcasted before with some people from Australia, and they've told us about how there's like an American section of their grocery store that has like Pop-Tarts.
That's wild.
Like, there's a whole aisle dedicated to Pop-Tarts at our grocery store.
At least 2 shelves.
Yeah. But so peanut butter.
You can even get the frozen Pop-Tarts that are just, I mean, you know, it's, what are they called? Toaster strudels. Yeah.
But I would say you make a peanut butter and Oreo ice cream. So, like a peanut butter chunk, like ice cream base, and then you just can crush some Oreos into it. You don't have to be, like, making a homemade ice cream. You definitely can just, like, get, you know, peanut butter ice cream and just fucking crush some Oreos into it. Get rustic with it. Yeah. And then the only, like, drink that really came to mind was just when they're serving the parents that they're, like, trying to get back together, and he says, a taste of the bubbly for the chance that you'll get schnonked. Like, he just, like, said like, such a funny word. And I was like, yeah.
That's how I talk.
But I want, like, a champagne cocktail, so I think you do something with, like, champagne, maybe, like, a fruity vodka or, like, a fruity liqueur or something. Like something that might kind of feel, like, soda adjacent.
I said something similar. Yeah. Because I think, okay, if you're having your friends over, I really enjoyed when I did go to London. We did do like the whole high tea thing. It's really fun. I liked it. I mean, maybe that makes me sound snobby, like I'm just an American that has never, you know, had that before.
Little tiny finger sandwiches, and you're like, oh.
Well, exactly. I think one of your friends each brings a different little, like, element to it. So you get, like, the finger sandwiches and, like, the scones with the cream and then, like, I don't know, like a little fucking macaron or some shit. But it's, like, really nice to, like, nibble on for a while because, like, America is just scarf down food. Yeah. You won't be in a restaurant for, like, more than, like, an hour 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Our allotted time for when we went and did this was, like, 2.5 hours.
That's wild.
Yeah. Which makes sense. I was sitting there, I was, like, looking at my dad, I was like, slow down. Stop it, you're embarrassing me.
There's, like, only 3 of these tiny little...
Yeah, literally.
We actually have to share one. If you've done the math, this is gonna have to be split.
But so I think you do something like that, and you like make something like sort of like a peach Bellini. I like a peach Bellini.
I thought you were gonna say like an Earl Grey.
No,
like a tea.
No, I'm not gonna do you like that. Nice. You can if you want, but I think a Bellini or like just something like a mimosa with like a little pomegranate juice in it too. You know what I mean?
Something nothing for crazy. Sipping, for nibbling and sipping.
Yeah, something for the girls. And
something for Meredith, I feel like.
Exactly. That's who I'd want to please. You know what I mean?
And then what are you going to follow this up with?
So I figured it was a tough choice. Because, I mean, you can either do the whole, like, twins thing or whatever, like, the similar actors in different movies. But the first thing that came to mind is the movie that we covered on our Patreon the other day, which is also a case of switching identities. And it's also batshit crazy, a little sinister, and really fun. And like, when was it? 1997?
Yep, 97.
Yeah, exactly. So almost the same year.
Yeah.
I think you watched Face Off.
Love.
With John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. It's a fucking riot. It's insane. And I love it.
Shamelessly self-promoting that Emily had never seen Face Off. And Henry especially is a Face Off nut.
Slut, yeah.
And I definitely have seen it, my fair share of times, and I'm a big fan. So we had Henry on the pod, on the Patreon. If you want to pay $2.86, that is our Patreon monthly subscription fee. We have Barbie and Oppenheimer episodes, as well as now Face Off. We're going to try to do some more bonus content for y'all. So if you want to check that out, the link is in the description. And definitely, if you are a patron, we will try to cover the movies that you suggest more, either on the main feed or on the Patreon feed. Yeah. Either or. But yeah, shamelessly self-promoting. Go listen to our Face Off episode. It was a lot of fun.
But what are you what are you and your girlies watching after this?
So first I was like 13 going on 30.
Classic.
Because that is just like the next logical like sleepover movie to me. Then I'm thinking I'm pretty obsessed of like movies where somebody plays a twin of themselves.
Yeah, you have a good list of it.
Like more my vibe of sleepover movie when I was this age would probably have been like the Spiderwick Chronicles, where Freddie Highmore plays twins.
Okay.
But ultimately, I do think you land on, you just have to delve into like batshit buffoonery and you watch the live action Cat in the Hat.
Oh my god.
Thing 1 and Thing 2 are also like twin symbols, but also I feel like after this, I need to like go sicko mode.
Yeah.
On some live action Cat in the Hat.
I like that for you.
Also, why do I feel like Meredith Blake could be like the great granddaughter of the like lady who shows up to babysit and then falls asleep?
Yeah.
A Cat in the Hat. Like she also has that like perfectly coiffed hair. No, I see that for her.
It checks out. And what are you going to rate this movie? I'm going to give it, honestly, a 7. I really enjoyed this movie. It is solid for Disney in the way that like The Princess Diaries is. It's not something I'm gonna like put on like all the time, but it's like if I end up like channel surfing and that's like the thing that like is best option, I'll stop and I'll watch it. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6.
And it like actually had some of my attention. So
yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6 for similar reasons, mostly deducting points because I don't think I'll put it on again.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I definitely
it's a channel surfing movie.
How it could very much be like a comfort movie. It definitely, like you said, it pleasantly surprisised me. I thought the pacing was great. I was like not actively annoyed that I had to be watching it like by myself on my couch, which is like usually not a vibe. But yeah, thank you all so much for listening. Parent Trap, we're really stretching this theme. This month has felt 10 years long.
It's been a lot.
Like, why have we been in August for 90 years now? What's that like in Titanic? Like, it's been 87 years. That's how I feel about this month.
Literally.
But we'll be wrapping up disguise/buffoonery via the way of costuming this month. And who knows what the future holds. Let us know what you think. Drop us a line, comment on our posts, DM us. All of our stuff is in the description.
Send us an email.
As you know, we've got an email address. We've got I totally forgot that there's like a submission box on our website.
Oh, dope.
And I got like a notification that was like, somebody commented on your website. And I was like, we have a website? And I was like, oh yeah, right.
The website that I made.
Right.
Yeah.
We also have merch. So check all that stuff out. We love you. Thank you for being here. And good night, goodbye, and good night.